Yes, people, welcome back for the first time and hopefully for a long time. It's Thai Sports. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of football content starting now. So please make sure you do support the channel. Make sure you show love. Omar Marmoush. Omar. What a debut. You didn't score, you didn't assist, but you have announced yourself to the Premier League, the Manchester City fans, and football fans that are watching around the world. You signed for over 50 million, and I can already see what you are going to bring to Manchester City. Top debut, because I've seen many people come in for big money, whether it's small money as well, from Bundesliga, from France, from Spain, and they sometimes look out of their depth. Sometimes it takes them a season or two to actually find their rhythm. But today, you have fitted in like a glove. And you gave Manchester City, a team that have been lacking confidence, been lacking a lot of goals. You gave them something different. And that something different will be, running beyond the striker, creating, dropping in the pockets, assisting. You, Omar Marmoush, today, top debut. I have to say, Manchester City have won the game 3-1 against Chelsea, and it was a game that they had to win. It was a win. I think Chelsea knew that, the fans knew that, the players knew that, and they've delivered, especially going 1-0 down as well so early. But yeah, man, I've just got to start with Omar Marmoush because I love what he done today. I think the way you come into a team that have just lost 4-2 to PSG in the Champions League, you're starting, you're wearing a number 7 shirt, which always holds a bit of pressure. I thought the way he stepped in on his first game was just, yeah, I've got to commend it. What I liked about his game today, dropping into the pockets, playing and giving the ball at the right times, knowing when to hold on to it, knowing when to dribble. Had a goal ruled out for offside, but it was the anticipation of following up. These are little basics in football, but these are little basics that City were not doing. And that's how I see it. There was a lot of the basics that City were not doing before, and he's just giving them that little oomph. When you're driving the car, you just want to go a bit faster. Omar Marmoush gives you that. He's got energy. He buzzes around the pitch. He's athletic. He can dribble, like I said, he can create. He can get on into the end of things. And I think that's going to help Erling Haaland a lot, because I think what we've seen as well since Erling Haaland's been only left by himself up front and Julian Alvarez went to Atletico is that when City need a goal out of nothing, or they need a plan B, they haven't really had that, because Haaland's had to play every game. And, Doku, Savinho, Foden, Grealish, they're not really like goal scorers like that. Whereas I think Omar Marmoush can play as like a second striker. He can add goals. He can add more regular assists. And he gives City something different. Breaking the lines today. You saw many times that him and Haaland were both trying to run through and get played through over the top. It's now going to stretch defenses more. And I just think that, I know, like I said already, he didn't score or assist, but I've got to like look at him as a player and what he brings to Manchester City. And I really liked it. I was really impressed. And I think he's one of them players that if he starts finding his rhythm, they become hard to leave out your starting 11. It's a bit like Cody Gakpo for Liverpool at the moment. He scored, he's assisted, but he works hard. He can play on the left. He can play up front. So he gives you different versatility options. And it's hard to leave him out of the team at the moment. And I think Omar Marmoush, if he carries on the way he is, players like Doku, Savinho, who you don't know what you're going to get out of every week, Marmoush is always going to give you that hard work and dedication. And I think in a team like Man City that are lacking confidence at the moment, that adds something. Look at Morgan Rogers, another player for me that not the most flashiest, but works hard, gets goals and assists, always involved in the game, even if he's not contributing in that side of the game, in the stats. But he's always involved. He's always important for Aston Villa. And I feel like Omar Marmoush could be that kind of player for now Manchester City. So, yeah, brilliant debut for him. The money well spent already. I know it's the first game, and it's like people might say in the comments, calm down. But I thought, do you know what? For a debut, top debut on top of Manchester City getting the 3-1 win. And what a weird game it was. What a good game it was, actually. I felt like Chelsea took the lead early, obviously through Madueke. Again, as we know, Khusanov, tough debut for the Uzbekistan defender. It reminded me of when Patrice Evra played for Manchester United in his debut against Man City in the derby, and he got pulled at half time, and it just wasn't working. But I'm not going to say that he's a bad player. It's tough coming into a game against Chelsea. A lot of dynamic forwards, play on the break. It is tough, but he'll have to learn from that, and maybe that actually will make him stronger. He's only 20 years of age. The best is yet to come for a defender. They don't normally peak until 25 plus, so that will come. But yeah, Chelsea got off on the front foot and scored early and could have scored a second. I thought Cole Palmer, the pass for Jackson across the box was way overhit. That could be the game done there. 2-0, City lacking confidence. Chelsea can shut up shop and play on the counter. But that gave City life. And since that moment, Chelsea were not threatening. Chelsea were poor today. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'm looking at that and thinking, we should have done much more. We should have done much more. The subs and Kunku, no one made an impact. Cole Palmer was quiet after that. You know, the centre-backs were not looking great and comfortable on the ball. I thought Chelsea were flat. And if I was a Chelsea fan of Maresca, I'll be disappointed, especially because you look at the first half and I thought City are there for the taking. Chelsea could go and get a second or get a third, but they didn't capitalize on their moments. And at halftime, the game was completely spun on its head. Pep made the difference with his halftime team talk. He brought on John Stones, get them on the ball a bit more calmer. He's used to playing in the Premier League. They were retaining the ball better, with sustaining attacks more. They got further up the pitch. And Pep's team talk, whatever it was, worked because they turned the game on its head. Erling Haaland, again, a player that people might not think is pleasing on the eye. You know, he's not the most technically gifted, but he will get you a goal. When you need a goal, he will score. PSG away, they lost, but he scored. Again, Ipswich away last week, he scored. You know, Chelsea today, he scored. He's finding his form again. You know, and that's a dangerous sight when you're now adding Marmoush into it, because he will now release a bit of pressure off Haaland and he will now get more space. And that was a good goal. And it was a big goal as well, because this is a clash for top four. Chelsea and City are competing with each other right now because the league's long gone. But that was a good goal from Haaland. He was persistent. He was driven today, especially in the second half. He was trying, chasing things down, putting his body about. Obviously, like I said, it's not that pleasing on the eye, but he done what he needed to do. And I have to think as well, like Robert Sanchez for the goal, come under a bit of scrutiny lately, and I don't think that was a good decision to come off your line. You paid the price. Haaland effectively lobbed you, and he wouldn't have scored if you stayed in your goalkeeping position. So for me, Sanchez made it easier for Haaland, and it was a poor decision from him to come out. And Maresca's backed him this week as well. And to do that, that just puts more of a question mark on your name, because that gave City the lead. And then again, as you know, for the third goal, Haaland, great hold-up play, pinning Colwill, holding him back, and unleashing that perfect guided pass into Foden's path. Foden just ran onto it, looking left and right, finished it with perfection. A man again in confidence. I think that's 6 goals in 4 games in the league now. So Foden's finding his form. Haaland's finding his form. Yes, it's too late for a title run, but with the league and top 4 still to fight for, not the league, but the top 4, Champions League, they're probably going to go through in the playoffs. You know, they've got other things they're competing for. They're still, their season's not over. They're still, you know, lingering about Manchester City, and they will be, and they will keep going to the end because Pep is a winner. So, you know, that was a big result for Manchester City. Good debut for Marmoush. You know, Haaland, goal and assist. Foden continuing this scoring streak. And I think a player that we always have to shout out, because every time I see City play well, he plays well. Josko Gvardiol. That guy is a machine at left back. He gets in so many advanced and forward positions. It's remarkable. The highest scoring defender in the league. Creates, defensively solid at the moment, and has been a lot of the time, apart from when he first came into the club. Very good player. And at the moment, that 100 million, if he stays at the club, that's going to look like a great buy over the longevity that he's going to provide City, because he's a mainstay in that team right now. And I thought he had a very good game. A goal that he scored. He could have scored earlier when he cut back in onto his right foot. He was just a threat throughout. He's just a constant threat down that left-hand side for City. So I've got to big up Josko Gvardiol, because I thought he had a very good game today. Defensively was sound. Attackingly, you know, he was giving City an outburst down the left. He was getting in great positions. He carries the ball well. He can use it technically and pass it into the right areas. So I thought Josko Gvardiol was very good. So yeah, Marmoush, Haaland again with a solid second half performance. Foden allowing his confidence to get in the goal, you know. And I think Chelsea were just flat. I don't think they were very impressive at all, other than the first 20, 25 minutes. Not good enough. Need a striker. You know, they're a team that I know are young, and they're achieving what they want to be achieving at the moment, which is being in the top 4 and probably winning the Conference League. But Maresca will be looking at these sort of big games and seeing that, you know, my team needs more. There's something they're lacking at the moment. I don't know whether it's a bit more experience, a bit more crunch, you know, to be tougher when you need to be tougher. But yeah, it wasn't great for Chelsea at all. But the top four race is now wide open. You know, City are above Chelsea now, and I think City will get top four. I have to be honest about it. City will get top four. There's no way I see him finishing outside of that. Chelsea are going to be in a battle with Newcastle, you know, the Aston Villas, the Nottingham Forests. That's going to be an interesting race for the fourth spot. I think Arsenal, Liverpool, and City definitely get top four. And that other race is open. But if Chelsea put in performances like this, then it's going to make it hard for them, because I think that's what it is with Chelsea. The inconsistencies, you know, losing to Fulham at home a few weeks ago. You know, I think it was I don't know, it was a Bournemouth game or something else they struggled with recently. But that's what I mean with Chelsea. They're very up and down, and those inconsistencies might cost them. But they're a learning team. They're young, and we'll see how it goes. But a big win for Manchester City. They needed that. They needed the bounce back from the PSG defeat, and now they're into the top four. And with Marmoush, it looks like a great purchase. And there still might be more business to happen in the later on in the window, but a big win for Manchester City, 3-1 at home to Chelsea. Guys, make sure you do like this video. Make sure you do subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button as well for more content. I'm going to be doing these videos or lives every day. Thai Sports Talk. Welcome to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the balanced views, and we'll rock on from there. But I appreciate it. And guys, I will see you soon. Thank you.